this episode where I pretend that I am a stylist for Miss Universe contestants. My name is Dani. Thanks for joining. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing, hitting that notifications bell, and if you'd like to support, then join memberships for extended versions of my episodes, and also hit that super thanks button. I greatly appreciate all that support. So today, I'm going to share with you the looks that I have put together for some Miss Universe contestants. So the way that I do this episode every year is I open up the app or I look on the website and I scroll back and forth and I close my eyes and I randomly pick contestants, and that is exactly what I did today. So I'm excited to bring you these unexpected looks. I hope you enjoy them. Maybe they'll inspire you for your next pageant. Since this episode is for fun and it's a hypothetical situation, we have no budget. Sky's the limit. But unfortunately, we are stuck with my photo editing skills. So please enjoy the images that I'm about to share. Let's talk about Costa Rica. So she is blonde, and one thing I love about blondes is that you can really wear deeper and darker colors on stage and it looks gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. Brunettes can't really get away with that as much. We just look really dark on stage and we just kind of get lost in the background. But since she is blonde, I decided to put her in this beautiful navy blue evening gown. But as you can see, the gown, there's some sheer elements. It's still a little bit sexy. I don't even think people would expect to see her in navy blue, like a deep blue. It's not something I would expect, but I think she would look absolutely gorgeous in this. I also really love the chiffon on this gown. In my vision, it would just be flowing and cascading behind her and just like this. Like she wouldn't even have to hold it. It would just flow in the wind. Up next on this roulette version of styling contestants is Russia. So I saw Miss Russia recently in this really beautiful little black dress. And I just feel like she has that effortless, that timeless, that classic European style. And I was like, I need to get her something that's just like would be incredible under the lights, but also not something that's like too much, like overpowering her. I just didn't think it needed, you know, ornate details or anything above and beyond. So I found this gown. Yes, it's sheer. I know people get so bored and tired of the metallics on stage and all the sheer gowns, but I have to tell you, they are timeless, they are elegant, and when done the right way, they look gorgeous on stage. So you may be bored with them from a telecast or from images, but up close, live and in person, these gowns shine, which causes everybody to look at the contestant. So I love this look for her. Really soft hairstyling, timeless look. She just really doesn't need much. Like the gown has sparkle enough, so I went with a really simple style. But I also like that structured shoulder. It's just like a fun, more modern detail that we could see on her. I think she would look gorgeous. I was so excited when I randomly drew India because I know so many of you out there are rooting for her. And because of that, I was like, oh my gosh, the pressure is really on to find her an incredible gown. This is the one that I discovered, and I love it because the stoning, it's not a bright silver, it's a gray, but it's still quite a bit sheer. I just love the way that this is beaded. And for the styling, I just want her hair kind of wet a little bit, slicked back. Think like Miss Universe 2006. India can rock it. Like that is a hard look to rock and she can do it. And I just feel like a gown like this on her would be breathtaking. The other fun little thing about this gown, you'll notice there's a center detail and it's like an underwire that's rhinestoned and exposed. So it's almost kind of like, it's like body jewelry, like wearing a necklace under the gown. And I just feel like that little touch makes it so extra special. But then what I would do is I would take clear crystal stones, green and orange. So I would have her flag colors in a clustered earring. Malaysia. So she is very beautiful and she has this lovely dark hair. So I was like, you know what looks really good with dark hair? Lavender. Lavender does, I'm telling you. Strategically, I don't think lavender is great for Miss Universe. Like when do we see lavender in a top 5? When do we see pastels that are like bright hues of pastels? When do you see a light blue? I can think of mint in a top 5 at Miss Universe, but still very rare. It was a beautiful gown. Loved it. Even though I don't technically think this color would do well at Miss Universe, I still love it on her. And this episode is hypothetical. This is my dream situation, and ladies are coming out and they're wearing beautiful colors that suit them. So I love this shade on her. I feel like this is quite a competitive dress. I love that the skirt isn't covered in feathers, but it's just like delicately dotted all over. The shoulders with a little bit of structure, the long sleeve because we are in the fall winter season. I just love it. And for the hair, it can be simple. She does not need much hair for this. Just soft waved how it is in the edit. Denmark. She is not from a powerhouse pageant country. So because of that, I feel like when you don't come from a powerhouse country, state, or region, what's so great is that you can really surprise people because people will not be expecting you. So when you bring something really unique and really different, you stand out even more because they're like, oh my gosh, was that Denmark? That's exactly the strategy we took with Miss Supranational Kenya, by the way. She was only 18 or 19 and had the historical highest placement for Kenya when we prepped for Miss Supranational together. And we did that very strategically. Like, we did things that we were like, we have to put you in wardrobe and have you say things and do things that nobody expects because they're not thinking Kenya, powerhouse pageant country. That is the strategy I would take with Denmark. So, many of you probably saw this Oscar de la Renta gown that Selena Gomez wore on a red carpet recently. But you may not have known that there is also a silver version of it. So this gown is absolutely incredible because these hand-sewn flowers that make up this dress, and by the way, like, you can see the skin peeking through as well. These hand-sewn flowers are actually liquid beaded as well. So it gives it kind of this wet floral effect that you can't appreciate in the image, but just go look at videos of Selena Gomez. You can kind of see that wet look happening. But I think this gown would be so fun, so unexpected. I also really just like this cool 3D applique florals coming out of the neck. Also a different way to do this floral trend that we're seeing. But because there's a lot going on, I would put the hair back in some way. Then she would have custom earrings that match the flowers on her gown. I love this. I love this. How in the world did I draw USA? I don't know how. I got that lucky. But pressure, honestly, pressure. So it's been years since Miss USA has wore red, and I feel like the time has come because it is the color of the year. Honestly, Noelia looks really, really great in so many different colors. She won her national title in a yellow evening gown, so I really wanted to stick with those primary colors. So I went with red for her. Noelia is on the younger side of our contestants, so I wanted to give her a look that's definitely going to be very Miss age appropriate. So I found this beautiful red style. I love that it's just like a simple, sexy silhouette here. And then we have this low V, which is going to add some sexiness. But then I love the asymmetrical. Like, I love the ruffle that is going on up here. It's bringing all the attention up to the face, and she has a gorgeous face. She really does not need much in a gown. I just love the idea of this gown on her. We haven't had a Miss USA in red in a while, and I think she would look incredible in red. She would be glistening, and she could pull out a pose like the image that I shared and edited. So I think it would be a great look on her. The Bahamas. I'm very excited about this piece. So we went with a chartreuse gown. We don't see a lot of that in pageantry, but I have noticed with contestants that have a tan skin tone, like a medium tan skin tone, they shine in this color on stage. I've seen quite a few pageant winners, you know, not in huge pageants necessarily, but I've seen quite a few winners that have wore this color and they look so beautiful in this on stage. So I love this. It's a little over the top for Miss Universe, of course. I like all the details that are coming out of the neckline, just dramatic, but I really like the silhouette of this gown. It's very tight, it's a column, it's like very, very form-fitted, and then we have the contrast of the details coming out. For the styling for her hair, I thought just give me 90s voluminous updo, and I think it would look gorgeous. Gorgeous. She would look so glamorous with this hairstyle, with this gown, because it has such a high neckline. And also you could wear shoes as high as you want to wear, because this gown is really going to elongate, lengthen. Since you don't have that slit, nobody's even going to know. She would just look so statuesque in this style. Next we have Panama. Countries like Panama, Venezuela, Colombia, we see gowns that are a lot. But these women really carry these big, ornate, elaborate gowns with their stage presence. So I have this gown for her, and I want to show you a quick video clip of it because you can really appreciate more of the details on it. This is an incredible gown. It is a lot. There's a lot happening here, but I think she could pull it off. So this is my vision for how she would look in this. And once again, like, look at that hair, just like that beautiful dark hair, the contrast of this gown. I think on stage it would look quite nude, but what's interesting are the feathers. Like the feathers that were dyed this color, they're sort of just like this soft, natural, like a light brown orangey tone. Very interesting coloring, but I think that she could really pull off this gown. I think she would look incredible on stage, and I think people would gasp when they see her in it. Cayman Islands. So I found this gown and I'm thrilled about it. Okay, first of all, these fringe details, and what I really like is that they are not horizontal, they're angled, and this orange, it's like a blood orange, and I love that. Now for the hair, as you can see, I want the hair big, I want it pulled back because of the high neckline. Then I want custom earrings that are going to complement and match the fringe on her dress. I also want rhinestones intertwined in there. One thing you can't really tell from my image because I just took a screenshot, but there's actually clear crystals woven into this beautiful gown. I love that for that extra little bit of sparkle mixed in with the beading. It's subtle, but it's such a lovely detail. I love this gown on her. I think she would look gorgeous in this on stage. Slovakia, so she has been one of my favorites in the competition, another European title holder, and I feel like a lot of European title holders at Miss Universe, they go for more of like the princessy type gowns. They really stick in like the pastels, the lighter colors, sometimes ball gowns, really large oversized feminine details sometimes. Those are the types of gowns that we see on them. So I wanted to go with something for her that was a little bit more unexpected, a little bit more red carpet, but also appropriate for the pageant stage. So I found this evening gown. This gown is sexy and it has these bold, really beautiful geometric shapes all over it. It's very couture, but I love the idea that it has cuffs. It's just chic. Can you imagine this on red carpet? And honestly, I would just keep the hair really natural, not overstyled. Like this. Like, I think that would be great and that would be fine, because if you do like the big pageanty hair, she's gonna look very pageanty versus just like I'm this like effortless new Miss Universe. So I loved this, and then I would probably do a matching rhinestone earring that was inspired from all of the patterns on this gown. So I love this one because also blondes always look great in black. Tell me which gown is your favorite on these queens. I love bringing you this episode because I get to just imagine and be creative with the styling for these queens, and I feel like it's just so fun. It's like adult dress up. So if you enjoyed this episode, I hope you chose to subscribe, and please check out my other recent Miss Universe episodes. I think you'll enjoy those as well. Let me know which episodes you'd like to see in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you joining me, and I hope to see you very soon.